Hello everyone, it's been a while. Okay, so let's come straight to the topic. As you can see from the thumbnail, this is going to be a detailed review on One Piece live action. It's been out there for too long and I haven't watched it yet. No, I mean, I did watch it now, but still, okay. First of all, a little introduction. My name is Paripsura. I'm an author, the writer of book Scarlet Love. It's a book of a series. Is the first book of the series, Love in Ruins. The second book is in the writing process, Whispered Love. I think you're gonna love it. I just wish everyone loves it. Okay, another thing, I watch animes, I make animes related videos, I also write poems, everything. Now, main topic, I'm right now on the Skypiea arc of anime of One Piece. I am reading manga alongside with it, and right now I just completed the live action of One Piece. Now, there are going to be a lot of spoilers. If you don't want to spoil it for yourself, just don't watch it, because there is going to be a lot of spoilers, and I'm going to talk about each topic one by one, because I've like written the topics I want to talk about. First of all, the first thing that come into controversy when the season come out, the chemistry between Nami and Zoro. Now, during the Sanji's entry, Nami and Zoro were sitting on the ship. I can name it. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce it. Bariste something. Okay, it's hard for me. And they were talking deep things. They were in the deep, talking deep things while drinking. Everyone, even I be honest, even I assume that the next thing I know, they are in the bathroom banging, and it gave me such an ick to watch it, even though nothing happened, and nothing was even pointed in that direction where my mind and everyone's mind was going. But I'll be honest, at first it did stand out. It did stand out, I'm telling you. Even though it was unintentional, it was cleared out by the director himself that there is going to be nothing between Nami and Zoro. It's a hard pass, no, but it come out unintentional in the show, because humans are tend to portray emotions a little better than the anime characters or the manga. It's obvious. And yes, so that was a relief, because everyone has a way of seeing different relationship. It's nothing weird about that. Some are going to see Vivi and Zoro might be having a chemistry. I don't know, it might happen, and they might ship them. Some might say Nami and Zoro, some say something, some say something. I even saw some people saying that there's a chemistry between Luffy and Kobe, which it's your choice, up to you. See, that's why they left that's why they left the relationships open, so you can have your own choices. But I think the relationship, if they ever become a couple, Nami and Zoro, would be very, very, very illogical, because that's going to take One Piece off the script of what actually it is. It's obvious fact that they cannot have romance among the Straw Hat members. They cannot. That would just put them out of the story, and that's not how they can change the different things. They can make it interesting. Like One Piece live action is really, really, really interesting because of how they show the same story, but in such a different way that I felt like I'm watching One Piece for the very first time. That's the thing. But now putting a couple of Nami and Zoro would be too much for the anime and the manga, and Oda said himself that yeah, that's never gonna happen. So just chill out, guys. It's normal. I like, everyone has their own ship. It's me. I saw such a good chemistry in the live action between Zoro and Sanji. I'll be honest, there are moments, I trimmed them on Netflix, you can clip them out, particular single moments where Sanji is looking in Zoro's direction when Zoro is not noticing. Their banters, which are less like a fight, more like a flirt, according to me, even though yeah, that's also never going to happen because they are Straw Hat members, and that would just put them out of the story. But yeah, it's everyone's choice. I'm here out here shipping Josan. You can skip Nami, Zoro, and whatever the fuck you want. It's normal. But yeah, it's their choice, but it's a clear cut no that there's nothing going on between Nami and Zoro, and there never will be anything between Nami and Zoro because that's not where the anime or the manga is going. Okay? Second topic, the banter of Sanji and Zoro. Yeah, like I said, I ship them, and their banter was not that competitive, to be honest. In the One Piece, their banter is a little too flirty, if you ask me, a little too flirty. But that's for this particular part of Zoro and Sanji is for Josan shippers who agrees with me. If you don't, just skip ahead. Skip ahead. It's your life. Do whatever you want with it. So there were single pieces that I cut out. I'll be totally honest. It was so damn good. Like that particular moment when they are having dinner with I forgot her name, sorry, Nami's sister, and Sanji is the one asking the question, and twice he looked at Zoro, and a very simple moments. If you look at my eyes when they were talking, when they put tangerines on the ship to surprise Nami, and Nami looked at them and she was like, "It's perfect." Then Sanji looked at Luffy and then at Zoro, who was upstairs, and yes, these are just small, tiny things that I really like. I'm seeing a good chemistry between Sanji and Zoro, a lot different than anime, and I'm in for it. I'm all in for it. How it's going. Okay, come back to focus. Come back to focus, Hatu. Okay, yeah. It's amazing, I'm telling you. I never thought One Piece live action is going to be this good, because I've seen live action, they have disappointed me throughout my life for animes. Now, third thing, let's talk about the nature of Luffy in One Piece. In the anime, you can see Luffy as a little dumb, okay, a little playful, a lot playful and a lot dumb. Okay, let's not do little. He is a lot dumb, but he stood up for his friends. That's what Luffy's actual nature is. But in the One Piece, I know they can show that dumb nature of Luffy. That won't work out in live action. That won't work out because that's anime. That's different, and it's a live action with the humans. That's different. So I get that. But yeah, I see a little more serious and mature personality of Luffy as compared to what I saw in the anime or manga. I'm not just talking shit here. I've read the anime, I've read the manga, I've seen the anime, and I've seen the One Piece actually. I'm not just going with every reviews out there on the Reddit. So hold on a second. Yeah. Playfulness of Luffy is a little bit less. I think he's shown as more mature, responsible, and a little bit more serious than he actually is. He's not shown dumb. Like, there are just some funny scenes of Luffy that you can see in anime where he's acting dumb. But yeah, during fights, he's the same as the Luffy in the anime, but yeah, somewhere along the way you can see a quite difference between the anime Luffy and the live action Luffy, which makes sense, to be honest. Which makes sense if they made exactly the playful dumb Luffy as he is in the anime. That would be like, he can't be a pirate. It would be too obvious to look at. In the anime, it's a different thing. It's a cartoon. You can outlook those things, but in the live action you actually can't. Fourth thing, now it's going to be a spoiler. It was even a spoiler for me because I'm on the Skypiea arc right now and I had no idea that it's going to come up. But when in anime I saw the general commander, vice commander, whatever he is, Garp, he was wearing that dog hat, something. I couldn't see his face, but I really liked him when he was training Kobe and the other guy, the weird hair guy. I am not good with names. And in the third or fourth episode of live action, when they revealed that Garp is actually Luffy's grandfather, I had to pause the live action, take a walk, because I had no fucking idea. It wasn't revealed in the anime yet that Garp, the guy I'm liking, is actually Luffy's grandfather. It was such a huge spoiler for me. It was such a huge spoiler for me, and I hated that. Yeah, but it was revealed. It was revealed. Yeah, yeah. So the spoiler of guard took me off guard because I actually had no fucking idea they're going to do that. I actually had no fucking idea that they are going to go that ahead. But yeah, they did. And okay, third thing, I want to talk specially about Usopp. In the anime, when there was this one particular scene where I started hating Usopp very much. I'll be honest, very much. That scene where when Usopp was tied up, and those idiots, Usopp and the other guy who's Zoro's friend, they left Zoro tied up on the ship to be caught by the fishman Along's crew, and I started hating him then because I didn't like the idea of him being such a big ass coward for leaving Zoro behind and hiding himself, not even leaving Zoro, not even freeing Zoro. They just left him tied up. So I started hating him, but after that came that particular scene in Alabasta. Like it's a whole, you can see a whole timeline where I hated Usopp throughout. But then came the Alabasta arc, and when Usopp find out that Luffy is dead, and the crocodile's crew was making fun of Luffy's dreams when Usopp stand up against them, that's when I started liking Usopp again, because that was such a huge character development. That was such a huge character development, I'll be honest, and it was really great. Now in the live action, let's talk about live action, not anime. In the live action, you can see that they haven't shown Usopp such as a coward, and it's a seriously a great thing, because I think Usopp's cowardness in the anime or the manga is overdone just a bit, but he's afraid, I get that, but it's a little too much done in the anime, maybe by the animation company Toei, Joby, whatever, or in the manga. But yeah, so you can see that small thing, that they haven't shown Usopp that much of a coward in the live action, and I am such in love with that thing, because he isn't that much of a coward as he's shown. He's a brave warrior according to me. After what he did, everything he did in the Alabasta arc, everything in the Alabasta arc was a strong thing. A brave person can do that, and Usopp did all of those things. And Kai's relation with him, now I don't mind, I actually do mind actual canon romantic relationship in One Piece, because that's not One Piece is about. But to be honest, I never minded the relationship between Usopp and Kaya. When Kaya kissed him in the live action, it was pretty much obvious, because Usopp never befriended any other girl. Usopp never flirted with any other girl. He always thought of Kaya. He was always thought of going marry, because it was a gift from Kaya. So it was pretty much obvious that yeah, they are going to be a thing, and they just made it sure in the live action. So I don't mind that. Yeah, so I don't mind that relationship. It's pretty much nice. To be honest. I really liked that it was made canon in the live action, because I was rooting for that one. There are some relationships that I'm actually rooting from my heart. Another one is Koza and Vivi's relationship. I am actually rooting it from the bottom of my heart. I'm telling you, the rebellious army leader, the princess, the forbidden romance, childhood romance. I'm so in for that. I just wish they do the same as they did with Usopp and Kaya, with Koza and Vivi. If I'm spelling the name wrong, forgive me. I'm a dumbass. Another thing that I really loved, that I loved from the bottom of my heart, and I think I'm going to love it throughout the series, was how they did not show Sanji as perverted he is in the anime or manga. Such a huge favor, Netflix. I fucking love you for this. I fucking love you. there were some moments of Sanji that was just too overrated, and I'm not talking about specially done by the Toei animation. I'm talking about the one that are included in the manga. There is one particular scene that I actually despised so much, was that when number two, if you know number two, he's in the crocodile's crew. He can change his faces by touching his face with his right hand, and he changed it to Nami to fight Sanji. And there was this one particular scene that was also included in the anime, in the manga, but I just hope it's not in the live action. I just fucking wish it is not. Was that number two was about to take his dress off, and it was a very sensitive scene, and the reply from Sanji got on my nerves. You know what number two said is, it's too hot, I should just take off my clothes. He is in Nami's body right now, and Sanji was like, let me help you through it. Damn, I had to stop the anime, read the manga chapter, then come back and yell again because it was given in the manga too. The answer I was hoping from Sanji, even though it won't, some of you won't be bothered by it, some of them you are, but I was hoping for an answer that don't you dare touch Nami's body. She's a divine goddess, she's a sophisticated woman, don't you dare use it like this. That's the kind of answer I was hoping for, sorry to say. And you can see that personality that I really think Sanji actually is. He is a guy with chivalry, he's a sophisticated man, he's a intelligent, great man. He's the kind of man you want to take your home to your mama. And he is also in the anime. If you just ignore one or two particular scenes, like this one as an example, but in the anime he's shown like that. He flirts with women, but also he flirts with women, but also he respects them so damn much. Even in the anime he does, but that one particular scene is stuck with me. So if you ignore it, Sanji is pretty much a perfect guy, a perfect guy. Now that reminds me of a particular scene. I'm going off topic. After a long fight, the midnight dinner, when Sanji was serving and Zoro came to him for a second. I have that also as a clip, because damn, they weren't even fighting. They were just straight up flirting. I don't get it. Okay, if Netflix make a ship of Zoro and Sanji, I am going to ignore everything. I'm going to ignore the One Piece plot. I'm going to ignore everything that's in the anime or the manga. I'm going to yes, damn. Now this one, okay. Last one. It's been too long. One last thing I want to point out. Something that I actually didn't like about the One Piece. One thing I didn't like about the One Piece live action is the relationship between Nami and her sister. That was something that stood out for me even in the anime, because it was too good, and in live action because it was too bad. I don't know, I wanted that thing. It was a pure thing that no matter what Nami did, her sister believed in her, and that's what I wanted to see in the live action too, that no matter what any of the things Nami did, her sister still believes in her. That's the one thing that I just wanted to see. I'm sorry, but that's kind of a disappointing thing for me, because I was hoping that Nami and her sister never fought. Even in the live action, it was as good as it could be possibly in the anime and manga. They shouldn't have add that small detail that Nami's sister actually hate her, because I didn't like that. So that's all the points I wanted to point out about the live action. I'm really excited for the season 2 that's going to come. I'm damn excited because there's going to be Chopper. I'm really waiting for Chopper. Actually, I'm really waiting for Chopper. There's going to be Vivi. I am such a huge fan of Vivi. She's a strong woman, and much more to come. Much more to come. I also hope that they change Sanji's fashion sense a bit, because Sanji has such a great diva fashion sense in the anime. He wears such cool shirts, glasses, necklaces. I just hope that even in season 2 I can see more of that. And I'm in love with Sanji's smile. I'm in love with Sanji's smiles. The another reason that I'm actually waiting for season 2 is, I don't know, most people don't like him. I do. He is above everyone for me. In every anime you find that one particular man that just stands out for you, no matter what he is. That's for me Smoker. Yeah, whatever. I like Zoro, nice guy. I like Sanji, perfect guy. But Smoker, man. Smoker, I don't know why he even stood out for me that much, that I'm all over that guy. I am all over that guy. He is a diva, and even the actor they picked for Smoker suits him so much that I'm just waiting for that season 2 where I can see Smoker and he's smoking. I don't like smoking enemies. Okay, what I'm saying? I don't like anime character that smokes. I'm not bigger fan of the characters who smoke, but that guy played with my morals. I'm telling you, that guy just picked up my morals, throw them out the window, and took his place. So I'm waiting for Smoker, and that's pretty much it. That's all the things I could see in the live action, and that's all the thing I could find on the Reddit, because I always go on Reddit once I watch something for reviews, discussions, to know what other people are thinking. And the Nami Zoro relationship stood out so much for everyone that even I was worried that what's the issue. Even if Nami and Zoro do end up as a couple, then there's going to be a point behind that. I think there's going to be a point behind that. Netflix has made such a great adaptation. It went above my expectations, so I don't think they will do anything recklessly, especially adding a romance between straw hat members. That's a big change. That's a really biggest change, not some tiniest change they did. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you ask me, go for the live action. Even if you have watched the anime, read the manga, if you have done everything there is to be done for One Piece, go watch the live action. It has a different aura. It's perfect. It's a perfect show. It's a perfect show. Yeah, go for that.